I know you're frustrated. Is that a game you felt you should have got something from?
No, honestly, we didn't deserve anything. I think that they worked the socks off. We gave them a leg up. We gave them the goal. Really poor back pass. But look, when you're playing against a side that work the socks off, that throw the bodies on the line, that try and block the space off, you've got to try and find the space. If you become too narrow, then it's easier for them to work. The space off the sides of them tonight, we didn't use well enough. They went man for man, really more or less all over the pitch. Let Bobby Thomas have the ball, and then we struggled to find the space. But change your positions, move your space to find, move off the side of them to find your space. Ball speed's got to be quick. The change of shape helped us in the second half. Got a goal back, but after giving them another goal. They've not had many opportunities tonight. Then they've worked really hard. They've sort of made it difficult for us to create any real openings. The openings we did have, we were a bit wasteful with them, but we should have moved the ball quicker. The ball speed was missing. The intensity from the game was missing, and we can't go from the level of Saturday's game and 4 days later have the level of tonight's game. It's just a bit perplexing, to be fair. Frustrating and perplexing, but it's my responsibility. I've got to sort that out.
Yeah, for the last two performances, were you surprised then tonight?
Yeah, I was, to be honest with you. Although it's just that this group just seem to be. They've got to get used to the fact that this league is unforgiving. They've got to get used to the fact that you've got to hit a certain level to have any chance of winning any game in this division. And you haven't cracked it if you win a couple of games. You haven't cracked it. You can't just then go in and swaggering into a game where I think if you swagger in and it's a positive thing in your brain, brilliant, no problem, that's fine. But you can't get too high when you do okay and win a game, and you can't get too low when you lose a game, and that's the issue at the moment. You just got to try and stay as level as they possibly can do. But it is really frustrating. It really is frustrating.
You were coming back into it at 1-0, and they get the second. From where we were sitting, it looked like a case of offside. Have you seen it back?
The staff told me it's offside. I mean, they have the benefit of the iPad, but I think they're saying it's well offside. But again, you can't rely on officials to get you anything, or give you anything, or do that. So give you the right response. I mean, there was just nothing. They're wasting time. Goalkeeper goes down so they can reorganise again. It's happening every game. Nobody does anything about it. I'm complaining about it. So we may as well join in.
When you made the changes, you did start offering a threat down the left and the right, didn't you, with Mason Clark and Sakamoto and
that's where the space was. We were reluctant for whatever reason. When we get reluctant to go, or there's a lack of confidence, or that's the biggest issue. It just it blocks the brain, and they've got to be freed up in the brain. But as I said, if you've got to make changes, you've got to try and do something that's going to unlock them, and we did, in effect. And you just wanted them to make the right decisions a little bit more often on the ball. It was a little bit frustrating when we play the ball from back to front, when we've got a couple of minutes left or a minute left, the ball goes straight into the goalkeeper's hands, game over. You've got to try and build it into a position where you're not just going to put it in the goalkeeper's hands. That's the frustration of those moments in the game where, if we do it right and play the way that we know that we can, that we've seen this season, then you get your just rewards, because you find good spaces, you find good delivery, and then you find a chance to score. And invariably we do that. But tonight when we got the ball into good areas, we rushed it, we missed the headers, we missed the target, and we didn't get back into it. So again, so it goes back to your first question. We got what we deserved. We got nothing out of the game because we didn't deserve that tonight, because we didn't do the right things often enough, and that's the frustration and the disappointment from this evening.
Yeah, it's narrow margins, isn't it? Because Wright did have a couple of decent chances to make it 2-2.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, it's like I say, the biggest feeling is annoyance, frustration, and really, something where we've got to go back to not almost the drawing board really, but going back to doing things the way we've done things in the previous 2 games, which isn't a great deal to ask really. They're capable of doing things. We're not asking them to do things that they can't do, or they don't want to do. They're asking them to do things, move the ball, find space, find each other, find a sky blue shirt, move the ball quickly, get it into good areas, run, tackle. That was the disappointing thing tonight, where they put the bodies on the line. They were the first to second balls. They were first to challenges where it needed to be won. And like I say, back on it on tomorrow and get ready for a long trip up to Sunderland, where we're going to have a game on our hands.
Ellis Sims and Norman Bissett missing. What's the say to play with them?
Well, Norman took a whack the other day, and he had got stiff neck, so he was unavailable tonight. And I'm hoping that he'll be okay, but I don't know. And Ellis was his toe, and I'm hoping again that he'll be okay to take part on Saturday, but I'll only know that in the next sort of 24-48 hours.
And there was a yellow card, was that for Josh Eccles?
Yeah, he'll miss the game, he's out. Yeah, another one for dissent. So I'll have a chat with him tomorrow about it, but it's, another kick in the teeth, I think.
So now you've got to pick him up, obviously, for Sunderland away, big trip.
Well, they've got to pick themselves up for a start. I think that's one of the things that they've got to get used to doing. Taking responsibility for their own performances. For that, I take responsibility as a whole, but they've got to take responsibility for their own performances and delivering a performance that's worthy of playing for this football club, and also for the ones that are expected and needed to be challenging in any game at this level.
It'll be obviously frustrating after 2 really good performances.
Yeah.
Can't be able to follow that up.
Yeah, no, very disappointing. We didn't start well enough, and we know that a team like Derby, if you give them something like that, they've got something to hold on to, and I think we gave them a gift like that, and then we found it tough to break them down, and yeah, we got the goal, but we left it too late. We can't give up 2 goals, whether or not it was offside or what. We can't give up 2 shots and put ourselves on the back foot like that.
Yeah, and they're obviously difficult to break down. How frustrating was it against them?
Yeah, very. I think once they got the goal, they just sat in, and yeah, they made it difficult for us. But we have the players to break that down. But tonight, for whatever reason, it didn't work, and we've got to look at ourselves and why it didn't work. And yeah, we got to take responsibility to bounce back Saturday. And yeah, we don't want to go two defeats on a row after two good games.
Because in recent games you looked a threat down the flanks, haven't you? And you and Jack and combining down the left and also down the right. Why do you think you were unable to do that until later in the game this time?
I don't know, maybe they've looked at it, and I think in the first half they were sort of crowding that area out. Maybe they've looked back and seen there's been a threat down there. But yeah, we've got threats all over the pitch. It's not just down the left side. We've got pace all over the pitch, and we've got to utilise that. And I don't think we did tonight, which is disappointing. Yeah,
and playing 3 in the back as you have done in recent games, do you feel that's worked so well?
Yeah, I do think it's worked. I think you look at the goals again tonight, I'm not sure that's down to poor defending as such. Like, we've gifted the first one, which is easily shouldn't happen. I've called Jack, he ain't heard me or whatever, and yeah, we put ourselves on the back foot, and then the second goal is a deflection, offside, whatever. But yeah, it's 2 goals, disappointing after the clean sheet at the weekend. But yeah, it's a big game Saturday, and we want to get a clean sheet there.
I know you wouldn't want to blame luck, but do you feel sometimes luck's against you because of that second goal did look offside, plus there was a deflection, as you say?
Yeah, sometimes, but that's football. And if we could have gone and scored one like that, and we'd take it all day long. So there's not much. Maybe we can prevent it getting there, but yeah, like you say, it was a deflection, maybe offside, and yeah, that's disappointing.
But a chance to pick yourself up quickly, but a real test to go to Sunderland.
Yeah, that's obviously the Championship. There's games all the time, thick and fast, and yeah, it's not going to be an easy one because obviously they're flying, they're getting clean sheets, so it's going to be tough to break them down, and we've got to find a way to do it and yeah, bounce back.
Is that a challenge you'll relish, do you think, as a team?
Yeah, I think so. We've proved over the years that when we play the big sides, we relish that challenge, and yeah, it's another big challenge, Sunderland, Stadium of Light. So yeah, we want to get 3 points going into the break.
And your squad's been a bit stretched at the moment. I made it 6 players out of this game. Josh Eccles will miss the next, so it's down to the rest of you, I guess.
Yeah, but we've got talent all over the pitch. Obviously, we're missing good players, but we can't blame that. We've got players we've strengthened in the summer, and yeah, there's a lot of good talent in there. So we've got players who can fill in and come in and do a job.